Hi there, how you doing? I'm TechDweeb, welcome. Thanks for clicking on the video today. As you may have noticed from my style of making videos, all I want in life is to fit in. Standing out? Pfft, not my style. Drawing attention to myself? Absolutely not. I'm all about seamlessly blending into the digital landscape like a chameleon in a sea of pixels. You'll never catch me engaging in anything remotely odd or unconventional. No sir, I'm strictly a follower of trends. So join me as we embark on another journey of unremarkable YouTube content, where the only thing that stands out is my uncanny ability to fade into the crowd. Isn't that right, Hermione? Meow. What? No. You take that back right now. Meow. Steam released their list of the top 100 most played games on the Steam Deck in the last year. These are the games that everyone is playing on the deck, including you and probably your Uncle Todd, because he's unemployed, and also his car sucks. Freaking Todd. So I took a gander at the list and I have like most of these games. More than half and basically all the top games. So apparently I'm playing the same games as everyone else. Who knew I was such a basic gamer bro? So I figured that since I'm obviously so common playing the same games that everyone else is playing, then I'm probably the perfect person to give you a little tour of the top 10 games that everyone is playing on their Steam Deck. And what I want to answer is why? Why are these the games that everyone is playing? Why are you playing them? Why not play something else? Why play them on the deck at all instead of a computer? And why haven't you subscribed yet? Come on, like 70% of you aren't even subscribed. What do I have to do to win your love? Meow. Not now! This video is sponsored by tomtoc. If you're clumsy like me, you need to prepare for the worst. My Steam Deck is precious to me, and the thought of it getting damaged literally worries me to death. Literally. I'm dead now. Well, no need to worry with the tomtoc Armor G12 Steam Deck case. It's built like a tank, it's super slim, and the deck fits nice and snug. You have raised areas to protect the sensitive parts like the joysticks and the buttons. It locks down tight with a snap, so you know it's secure. There's a built-in shockproof silicone strip to prevent unforeseen wiggling, and you can even charge the deck while it's in the case. Not bad, right? If you are interested in picking up your own tomtoc Armor G12 case to protect your deck, then feel free to use the link in the description below. And thank you tomtoc for sponsoring this video. I honestly do like this case though. This thing is badass. And with that out of the way, let's move on to the games. This is the 10th most played game on the deck, but it's probably closer to my number 1 most played game out of all the games on this list. I play a ton of Red Dead Redemption 2. I've beaten the main story, obviously, and I had a brief period where I was hooked on Red Dead Online, but most of my game time has been spent doing post-game stuff. I want to 100% the game, and I have a big task ahead of me because there's a lot to do for that. I've been going through the challenges, trying to find all the collectibles like the dinosaur bones and the hidden treasures. And I've mentioned this before, but my mom loves Red Dead. She treats the game as her horse simulator. She did all the horse challenges and she really just loves riding around on her horse, looking at the world. And can you blame her? This game is freaking gorgeous. And it does run absolutely amazing on the Steam Deck. Obviously, you need to lower lots of the settings to find the sweet spot, but considering how good the game looks, it's kind of magical that it runs as well as it does on a handheld. This is one of my favorite games ever, and I'm glad that so many deck dweebs get to play it. And then we have good old Stardew Valley. This game came out back in 2016, and it is amazing that it is still going strong, beating out a ton of the big names in the industry. If you're not aware, one guy made this entire game. He designed it, programmed it, did all the art and animation and music and writing, and this one guy has created a game that has touched the hearts of millions of people. What a wholesome thing. You know, the gaming industry gets lots of hate pointed at it, but I think it's easy to overlook the happy stories that are happening right under our noses. This game is the embodiment of the cozy game. You inherit a farm and it's up to you to fix it up, grow and sell crops, upgrade your house, meet a pretty girl or boy and fall in love. There's some mysteries to uncover, fun events and unique things that happen. I haven't played it a ton here on Steam, but that's because I played a lot more on Android. This was my main game on my phone for a while. I put in lots of time there. The game is gorgeous, but it's a pixel art game, and because of that, it'll run on basically any device, so it's no surprise that it gets a ton of play on the Steam Deck. It's the perfect couch game too. You need to play this while wearing fuzzy slippers and drinking tea. It's not even optional. And then we have the behemoth that is GTA 5. Seriously, how long has it been? It's like 10 years at this point, right? Well, still going strong, still super popular. However, I thought it would actually be higher on the list, to be honest. I know it's often at the top of the charts, but I guess this is the Steam Deck and not Steam in general. I know that lots of people like to play this online, GTA Online, that's why it's still so popular, but I have never even tried GTA Online, believe it or not. I play this game often, but I'm still just goofing around in single player. I beat the game on the Xbox 360 back in the day, and I restarted on Steam, but I haven't beat it in my PC save file. I think I'm about 75% of the way through here. I really got to play more of this though. It plays beautifully on the deck, but it does require some setup to get running properly. I cranked all the settings up to high or ultra and it plays beautifully. It looks amazing. It's just as much fun to play this on the deck as it is on the PC. Just as much fun to cause ridiculous levels of destruction, which is kind of the point, right? And then of course we have Cyberpunk 2077. I'm surprised that it's so high up on the list. I honestly didn't think there would be as many people bothering to play this on the lower power Steam Deck, but it makes sense because on the small screen of the deck, these settings are more than acceptable. The game looks great and it runs great, especially since the recent updates. Cyberpunk has been a roller coaster of emotions. It started with super low expectations because everyone was angry that it was full of glitches, and then it got better and better over time, and then it hit a peak with the Phantom Liberty updates, and now it's well loved. I think lots of people see this latest update as the Cyberpunk that it should have always been. And I think obviously the release of Phantom Liberty last year is what helped push this one so high up on the list. I haven't played through Phantom Liberty yet, but I might play it on my Steam Deck now that the game runs so well. And I'm just happy for CD Projekt Red. They're not a huge studio, they've always been the good guys in my book, and I'm just glad that they've stopped getting so much hate over the state of the game because they obviously cared enough to put in the work and make it great. And then we have this thing. Palworld, the Frankenstein's monster of gaming in 2024. It's like, let's take Pokemon and Fortnite and smash them together with AI-generated characters in a basic shooter game. The kids will love it. We'll be rich. And yeah, it totally worked. Everyone and their Uncle Todd are playing this game. I think this might be one of those situations where something becomes a bit popular and then more people play it because it's the popular thing, and then journalists talk about how popular it is and then it freaking explodes out of proportion. Whatever, it's a game, it's fine. I hate it, but it's a game that isn't terrible, so I'll try to stop acting like an old man about it. It doesn't run amazing on the deck, but it's playable. It gets the job done, so I can see people having fun with this. I'm not one of them. I only bought the game because everyone's playing it just so that I could have it to test on devices and make videos like this. So yeah, Palworld, ladies and gentlemen. Go shoot some Pokemon if you're into that for some reason. Hey, Elden Ring. I'm glad that this one is so high up on the list. I haven't put a ton of time into it, but I am nuts about the game, and I really want to put more playtime into this game, especially on the deck. It's such a unique game. It's the classic, tried and tested addictive Souls formula, but in this big, beautiful open world with tons of set pieces and mysteries to solve. I love that the game doesn't hold your hand, like at all. There's no one way to play it. Which is why I haven't gotten very far, because I never know where I'm going or what I should be doing, and I end up getting myself into situations that I'm in no way prepared for, and I love that. I love that the game world feels like it exists on its own, and I'm just a clumsy visitor bumbling my way through the murder gauntlet, just like real life. The game runs awesome on the deck. You can run at about high settings if you're fine with 30-ish FPS. That's what I do. I don't need 60 FPS in this game, and since I like to do sightseeing, I want the game to look good, so I don't mind taking the FPS hit. And yeah, I'm glad that this game is as popular as it is because it's the kind of game that I want to see more of. Yeah, a classic genre being kept alive and reinvigorated for a new generation of gamers. Gamers with Steam Decks, apparently. And then we have Hogwarts Legacy. I've played this game a little bit. It's my first time playing it on the deck though. I downloaded it for this video, and I was surprised at how well it ran. Apparently it didn't do so great on the deck at launch, but it's much better now. Seems fine. You can play at the medium-ish preset and get a really good frame rate, like 50 to 60 FPS in most areas. However, this is a big open world game and some areas are way more intense than others. So I personally am planning on locking this at 30 FPS just so I don't get such huge fluctuations. And I am a big fan of the game itself. I like the idea of it. I like the idea of a game where you are a student in a wizard school and you have to go to classes and learn magic, and there's a big open world to explore with towns and dangerous places and a big mysterious castle. It's a magical thing, pun intended, to have a huge explorable open world game on a tiny device in the palms of your hands. But really, the reason that it's so high on the list is because it's Harry Potter. Let's be real here. Everyone loves Harry Potter, except Todd. He has issues with J.K. Rowling. She kicked his dog. And here we have Dave the Diver. Man, who the heck saw this coming? This silly, kind of simple game came out of nowhere. I don't think anyone expected it to be a massive success, and yet it took the gaming world by storm. It seems straightforward on paper. It's a game with a simple premise. It's a single-player adventure RPG combined with a tycoon game, but it's so much more than that. It's got a great, simple, pseudo-pixel art aesthetic, unique and fun gameplay, and a self-aware sense of humor that has probably given me more genuine laugh-out-loud moments than any other game in recent memory. I haven't played a ton, but what I've played has hooked me, pun intended, and I want to give it more time, the time it deserves. But really, I'm just happy that a game like this is being played by so many people. It gives me hope for the gaming industry and gamers as a group. If this is what we're spending our time on, then we're gonna be alright, guys. We're gonna be alright. Before Vampire Survivors was released, if you had showed me some gameplay footage and then you said that this simple game with Super Nintendo graphics and ugly pixel art and ripped off Castlevania sprites was going to be a huge blockbuster hit, I would have called you a liar and poured my root beer right on your lying face. But I would have been wrong to do that because the game turned out to be a massive, massive hit. Everyone loves this game, myself included. I played this on my RP3 Plus, and for a good 2 weeks, this was my game. This was all I played. I unlocked everything, and now I'm playing it on my Steam Deck, and I gotta start all over. That's how it goes. It's such a simple idea for a game that you'd think it would get boring. You don't actually attack, you just walk around and auto-attack and add new abilities, and the only thing you can really do is walk. But it's probably the most addictive game, like ever. Anyone who's ever played this can confirm. And it's the perfect kind of game to play on a mobile device like the deck. For those quick pick up and play sessions where you intend to fire it up to have a quick game and before you know it, 5 hours have passed. And last but not least, last but best, here's Baldurs Gate 3. And the fact that this is the most played game on the deck is an absolutely beautiful thing. That a CRPG is topping the charts. One set in the Dungeons and Dragons universe. One with a deep, smart story that requires you to think and use your imagination and engage with the characters and is so varied that everyone who plays it has a different experience. I love the game, but more importantly, I love that you love the game. I love that you're playing this on your Steam Deck. Probably. Statistically, if you have a deck, you're probably playing this. I'm playing it, and more than any other game that I have, this is the one that I'm most bummed out that I haven't been able to give the proper amount of time to. I spend a lot of time making videos. All my time, actually. Every free moment I want to make videos because I want my job to be making videos because I love it. But as I write this script and record myself playing Baldur's Gate 3, I am lamenting that I haven't done a better job balancing my personal game time with my hobby and job of making videos for you. And I'm gonna work on that. This whole YouTube thing is still pretty new to me and I'm still getting my footing. That whole work-life balance thing, you know how it goes. But I'll tell you one thing. When I play more of this game, it's 100% going to be on the Steam Deck. If there's one thing that's better than playing a CRPG, it's playing a CRPG in my lap on the couch. And you guys obviously agree because it's the most played game on the deck. And that's real nice. And that brings us to the end. I am super curious for you deck dweebs out there. How many of these games have you played on your Steam Deck? quite a few of them probably, but if there's any that I didn't mention, feel free to give your most played Steam Deck games a shout out in the comments. If you like this video, then check out this video about all the reasons why people love gaming on the deck. And I show off a bunch of my favorite games in that video. There's a link on the screen right now and down there in the description below. And that's it for me. I'm TechDweeb, thanks for watching, bye bye.